Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the benefits of Cialis. So, in the last few years, I've noticed there's a lot more advertisements and stuff, for both Viagra and Cialis. And now in Ireland, anyway, you can buy it over the counter in your pharmacy, which used to be the case. You needed a prescription one time for it. So, as I say, along with Viagra, Cialis is, the main medication used for erectile dysfunction. Um, but the interesting thing about Cialis, compared to Viagra, is that it has a number of other health properties as well. Um, the main one being it helps a little bit to lower blood pressure. Now, if you have really high blood pressure, it won't suffice. But if your blood pressure is maybe a little bit high, it can definitely help lower that. And also, of course, if you're often linked to having high blood pressure anyway, if your blood pressure is up a little bit, your erections probably won't be as good because your body is struggling to pump that blood around your body. So, like everything else I talk about, I'll give you my own personal experience. So over the past few months, I've been using Cialis at a lower dose every day. So I take half a standard tablet, which is 20 milligram tablet. So I take half of that. So that's 10 milligrams every day. Now you could probably get away with 5 as well. It's a little bit difficult to cut a tablet into that many pieces, but 5 to 10 milligrams daily. So there's a lot of TRT clinics now and so on and so forth actually prescribing Cialis along with testosterone and different peptides and whatever else nowadays for its health benefits. But so my own personal experience is that when I go into my off season and I gain some weight and I'm consuming so much food, what I found is that, well, my blood pressure goes up a little bit. So the Cialis will help with that. And now, obviously, you don't want it to go up too much. But I also found that I think it's largely due to, you're eating every couple of hours. You've so much food, your stomach is constantly digesting food. So there's always blood in your stomach. And I found like my erections, not quite as strong as I'd like. So I decided, with the combination of the blood pressure being a little bit high as well, and the obviously the erections not being as strong as I like, to implement Cialis at a low dose every day, and it has really worked well. You will notice the difference, your erections will be stronger. It won't go down as quick. And also, if you get a sexual thought or something arouses you, you'll feel that blood flow go in there fast. So, that's all good. So it's doing its job. So as I say, there's a lot of benefits. So, pre-contest for me is probably not needed as much because, you're in a calorie deficit, you're at your fittest, you're not quite eating as much food, there's better blood flow around the body, and so on. So if you find yourself in, somewhat of a similar situation, it could, definitely help you. Something I'd recommend. As I say, it depends on your situation, right? Because, erectile dysfunction could be caused by many different things. It can often be caused by the mind as well. If mentally you're under stress or, nervous or things like that. And also it can definitely be linked to hormones. So, if you have low testosterone or your hormones are out of whack, or maybe you are an enhanced athlete and you're taking testosterone and other hormones, maybe your estrogen has got a bit high, that can interfere with your erection quality as well. And then if you're taking something like decadurabolin, that could raise your prolactin, which can really affect your erection. So there's a number of things to consider. But if they're not in the equation, and as I say, it's a simple equation where you are fit and healthy, and you just feel, well, like that little bit extra, then, it's a great tool. Now there's other things. People use it as well for pre-workout, for that extra pump and such. Now, personally, I haven't noticed much benefit, or any greater pumps or anything in the gym. So I think if it's a better pump in the gym you're looking for, you're probably just the best to get a good, pre-workout product, to be honest. I don't think it's out there, but like erection wise, yeah, it definitely works. And there is a number of benefits. You could even take it every second day because it has quite a long active life, around 36 hours. So, and in my own experience, it's certainly preferable to Viagra. Viagra has a lot of drawbacks for me. As a short active life, so around 6 hours. So it'll be, you'll get a whack for that period of time and then that's it. So there's also some issues when I took Viagra, I noticed personally, and I know this affects a lot of people as well. So you generally have to take Viagra on an empty stomach. So if you have food in there, it won't work as well, or it could make you very nauseous. And some of the other effects I noticed with it was you get really blocked nose, stuffy in your face, and really bad heartburn as well. So like when you put all them things, let's say you're taking it, for better sex, the last thing you want is to be a big red face, stuffy, have heartburn, and your tummy at you, so like Viagra is something I would not go near. Like Cialis is 100 times better than Viagra. It might kick in a little bit slower and steadier, might be as much of a whack, but it gets the job done without any of those side effects. So look, that's really, my own experience with Cialis and my thoughts. And if anybody's any questions, come to me.